Yeah, it's coming up. We're getting real close to the first regatta. It's really a scrimmage is what we call it, and we actually pitch it to the team that it's almost more of a training scenario in and of itself because they're Division III and they haven't even been on the water for very long. So it's actually a good opportunity for us to go out, feel the race jitters, get the whole race scenario, you know, kind of under your belt once. Make your mistakes if you have to, but again, just learn how to become a racer and to go through that whole scenario. And obviously, we always hope to do well, and we typically do well again because we've been on the water longer than they have. So, but again, it's a new year, it's a new group for both of us, and so I'm kind of excited to get things moving. But I suspect that we're going to learn some things because we do have a really young group, and it's so that it's kind of anything's fair game, and so I'm again hopeful, but who knows what we'll get. So we have again a lot of youth, but things are probably coming together. I would say the general overall assessment on both sides is that things are picking up about where they should be. Now you break it down into individual categories and it may be a different thing. Some are a little more advanced and some are still needing some more work. So that's probably about normal.
Your women's team is coming off two very successful seasons that ended at the NCAA regatta, but you've got to replace some rowers this year. How do you feel like you have some novices that can slip into those seats?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got actually a handful of really good novices on both sides. They're doing the job pretty well. Again, it's a learning curve though to take inexperienced people and put them into a varsity scenario is always a challenge, and even in a repetitive motion sport. But it's coming along. We've got some folks who are really starting to pull hard, and they're refining some of the technical aspects of the stroke. And so yeah, I think again it puts us definitely probably a half a pace behind where we would like to be at this time of year. Because of just the numbers of new folks and the learning curve, but based on previous years where we've had similar scenarios, I'd have to say that we're doing just fine. This is actually probably a pretty normal spot on the women's side and on the men's side, actually. But we've also had some, with the low numbers on the men's side, we've had some injuries that have set us back a little bit, and so again. We're probably about a half a pace behind there as well.
What do you expect out of the men's squad this year?
Well, we've got it's actually pretty promising because of the way the numbers have worked out. It's really a bummer when you can't put a particular category together. But this year, despite the low numbers, we have 3 potential categories, and maybe even 4 if you count the possibility for a men's pair. But again, so we've got 4 novices. We've got 4 lightweights, and we have basically 4 open weights, depending on how you break it out. And those categories share with each other. So the idea there is to try and figure out which of the 3 are really going to be good enough to take to a postseason event, and that we haven't narrowed down yet. And we got one kid with mono that is really set us back, and so we're just trying to work through some of those issues. But again, if we can keep everybody healthy and everybody advancing at this pace, I'm sure one will emerge as a strong suit. But I expect at least 1 out of the 3 to be good. 2 would be really nice. So.